Welcome back to our channel. Today, big news is circulating within the defense community. According to a Facebook post by MaxDefense Philippines, and based on their so-called MDP sources or Modernization Program insiders, it has been confirmed that the contract and notice to proceed, NTP, for the first batch of multi-role fighter, MRF jets for the Philippines, will be released before the end of the year. The post was simple but explosive. Contract and NTP for first batch of multi-role fighter to be out before year-end MDP sources. Don't ask me where they got the money. Good night. So defense enthusiasts, let's break this down. The Philippine Air Force, PAF, has long been pushing for the multi-role fighter acquisition project. This is one of the most critical capability upgrades under Horizon 2 of the AFP Modernization Program. Discussions about acquiring modern fighters go as far back as the administration of former President Benigno Aquino III. While the PAF currently operates the FA-50PH from South Korea, these are technically lead-in fighter trainers with limited light attack capability. In short, they are not true fourth-generation multi-role fighters. They can perform both air-to-air and air-to-ground missions, but they lack the range, radar power and weapons load to stand toe-to-toe with advanced fighters from other nations. That's why the Air Force has been consistent. We need real MRFs, jets capable of patrolling the West Philippine Sea, matching advanced aircraft from China, and serving as a credible deterrent against any incursion into our territory. Beyond that, modern fighter jets would also elevate the Philippines' role in regional security. Right now, our country mostly relies on alliances with the United States, Japan, and Australia for advanced air power. While these partnerships are important, having our own MRF fleet means we can contribute more actively to joint patrols, humanitarian operations, and disaster response. For example, in times of typhoons or major calamities, fighter jets, equipped with advanced radar and communication systems, can provide real-time aerial surveillance to support rescue and relief missions. Another key point often overlooked is pilot development. By transitioning from light fighters like the FA-50 to true fourth-generation jets, our pilots will gain valuable experience operating at the same level as their regional counterparts. This not only strengthens the Air Force, but also raises the professional standards of the entire military organization. And let's not forget about technology transfer. Large acquisition projects often include opportunities for local industries to participate in maintenance, parts supply, and logistics support. Over time, this can spark growth in our own aerospace sector, creating jobs and technical expertise that go beyond defense and into the civilian economy. So, which jets are in the running? Two main contenders have been on the shortlist. 1. Lockheed Martin F-16 Viper, Block 70 seconds. One of the most famous and battle-proven fighters in the world, equipped with advanced AESA radar and backed by a huge global support network, but extremely expensive, not only in acquisition, but also in long-term operations and maintenance. 2. Saab JAS-39 Gripen, CD or EF variants, a Swedish-made fighter that is cheaper to operate and maintain, capable of using shorter runways and tailored for the budget of developing nations, often cited as the more practical option for the Philippines compared to the F-16. For years, the DND has been back and forth, sometimes leaning toward the F-16 for interoperability with the US, other times considering the Gripen as the more realistic choice. But until now, no official decision has been made public. That's why this MaxDefense post is both surprising and exciting. The page has a reputation for being well-sourced and reliable when it comes to Philippine defense matters. If they say the contract and NTP will be out before year-end, that strongly suggests the project has already been approved internally, and it also means funding has been secured. Still, the post ended with a playful but intriguing line. Don't ask me where they got the money. So where could the budget have come from? Possible sources include 1. General Appropriations Act (GAA), quietly allocated in the national budget. 2. Unprogrammed funds, accessible if government revenues exceed targets. 3. Foreign military financing, FMF, or loans, especially if the F-16 is chosen, possibly with US support. 4. Special presidential authorization, a direct order from Malacanang prioritizing the project for strategic reasons. Whichever the case, the bigger picture is clear. The Philippines is finally moving forward with the long-awaited MRF project. Why is this so critical? Territorial defense. In the West Philippine Sea, Chinese harassment of Philippine vessels happens almost daily. Lasers, water cannons, dangerous maneuvers. Air power is essential to back up our maritime forces, air defense. Right now, we lack true air defense fighters. If a foreign jet enters our airspace, our FA-50s are limited against advanced fighters like China's J-10s, J-11s, or J-16s. Deterrence. In geopolitics, sometimes just the presence of a credible force prevents aggression. A fleet of modern fighters would make the Philippines a tougher target and earn greater respect internationally. If the contract does get signed this year, it will be a game changer for Philippine defense. Of course, it won't make us equal to China, Vietnam, Malaysia, or Indonesia in terms of numbers. But at least, we will have a credible fleet that can hold its own and strengthen joint exercises with allies like the US, Japan, and Australia. However, let's be realistic. Signing the contract doesn't mean jets will arrive tomorrow. Delivery usually takes 3 to 5 years after signing. If the deal pushes through in 2025, the earliest delivery could be by 2028 or 2029. And it's not just about the jets themselves. The package will also include training for pilots and ground crew, weapons systems, including air-to-air missiles and precision-guided bombs, infrastructure upgrades like hangars, radar integration, and maintenance facilities. In short, this is a massive project. Of course, critics argue that billions should instead be spent on education, healthcare, and other social services. That's a valid point. But on the other hand, how do we defend our sovereignty if we lack the tools to protect it? As the saying goes, no one else will defend our territory but us. So what should we watch out for in the coming months? 1. Official confirmation from the DND and PAF, possibly before year-end. 2. Final selection. Will it be the F-16 or the Gripen? Both have pros and cons, but either way, the Philippines wins by finally getting MRFs. 3. Reactions from neighbors, particularly China, which surely won't be happy about the Philippines boosting its air power. This is undeniably a historic step for the Philippine Air Force and the armed forces of the Philippines as a whole. The long wait for multi-role fighters may finally be over. If MaxDefense's information proves accurate, it means the Philippines is finally leveling up in air defense capability. It may not immediately change the regional balance of power, but it is a powerful symbol of commitment. A statement to the world that we are willing to invest in defending our skies, our seas, and our nation. And that, my friends, is nothing short of a game changer. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.